Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning for me, Wednesday afternoon for you. This is Read More with Trevor. And this week, I read this a bit back, but just wanted to give a quick shout out, a recommendation for folks. Game of Thrones was a huge show on HBO for those who caught it. Kind of mystifying me. So many people would be sword and sorcery and fantasy fans in the late 2010s. If you still need that itch scratched, might I recommend John M. Ford's The Dragon Waiting. Now, if you Google a Slate article from 2019, it was called The Disappearance of John M. Ford, you're going to find out how interesting this guy was. That this book was beloved by all kinds of sci-fi and fantasy enthusiasts, yet it was out of print for years and years and years. And John M. Ford, although now has passed, really just did not get his due. And had he decided to turn this into a series, so Neil Gaiman claims, it would have been as big as Game of Thrones. So what is it? It's an alternate history, kind of mixed with fantasy. It's a medieval Europe where Byzantium is still the high power. Julian the Apostate, the Roman emperor, never died quite so young, so he ensured no religion ever actually predominated all of Europe. So it's kind of this non-Christian Middle Ages. And we have a few curious main characters. There's the wizard Hywel Peredur, who is the nephew of Owen Glendower, the Prince of Wales. The boy Demetrius Ducas, who lives in a Byzantium-owned Gaul, and a Dr. Cynthia Ricci, who is in the Renaissance court of Lorenzo de' Medicis, and the Medicis are a big force here. That they all kind of cross paths in an Alpine inn. They conspire together to beat the evil forces of Byzantium in order to install who else but Richard III on the throne. And it's really this kind of alternate War of the Roses. Not for the faint of heart. There's so much going on in this book. It's such a clever book. There's so many allusions and nods to other text. But thankfully, Tor did the right thing. They did a reprint of this in 2019. If you read that Slate article, The Disappearance of John M. Ford, you're going to want to order this book right away. I just thought, hey, you know what? My pitch is so many people missed Game of Thrones, and this is Game of Thrones before George R.R. Martin wrote any of his books. So do check it out. It's a lot of fun. Fantasy fans, you got to check this out. So that is this week's episode of Read More. I'll be back next week. Thank you all so much.